What is up, guys? It's Crazy Blackman 108 here, back for another Star Wars: The Clone Wars episode review. For the manga fans out there, the chapters from this week hopefully will be up by tomorrow. And if y'all wonder why it's taking so long, because James Hansen promised in the vlog that he would help me fix the PSI. Where has Hansen been? Nowhere to be found. But it's alright, because I can upload it with the same way that I did with the webcam before. I might try a little bit differently, so I can maybe fix this quality issue, because I'm uploading straight from YouTube, but with the PSI it should be a little bit better quality. But I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. That's why it's taking me so long to get those chapter reviews out. And I might even just wait till Monday and just do it based off the Shonen Jump Alpha. Not, did I say Alpha? Ow, that hurt. Not Alpha, but Weekly Shonen Jump and on my iPad on the Viz Media app. So anyway, Star Wars: The Clone Wars episode review of Sabotage. This episode was, pretty good. To me, like, the biggest thing that I was thinking throughout this whole episode was, okay, where is going to be the part of this episode where it's going to lead into, like, this 4-part arc? Oh, okay, it's not coming. Okay. It never showed up. It never showed up throughout the whole episode. I mean, that didn't make the episode bad, but it just made me saying, wait, what? So the episode starts out opening crawl, or not crawl, but opening on Kodia no Modia. Now, anyone that knows anything about Star Wars, most of the people out here have seen the prequels at least. I know people that haven't seen the original trilogy, and that's just like, no. Anyway, if y'all remember, Kodia no Modia was seen during episode 3. Plo Koon, I'm not even going to say spoiler, Plo Koon's Jedi Starfighter was shot down there. And so this is one thing showing that we're getting closer to episode 3. Another thing is with the new Jedi Starfighter models. Not the Jedi Delta 2B, which is the model that we saw throughout most of Clone Wars. Because that was a 2B, then there was the, I think it was the 1B or something like that. That was the Starfighter you saw in episode 2. Transitioning, into episode 3, have a different Jedi Starfighter. And that one was a completely, like, it's not even like 2B or something. Anyway, that's a whole nother discussion, and so that's more of like an action figure review where I would describe like the vehicle review actually. But anyway, Anakin and Ahsoka are flying down to the planet, and the music during this whole like time on Kodia no Modia was like I watched it on YouTube, so I'm pretty sure it's the same music that was in the actual episode. It was more like it was more John Williams. I think they actually used John Williams' score more in this than they did the new score I do like for the episodes, because it had like that classic Star Wars music vibe to it, along with like, not that the Clone Wars usually doesn't, but it also it sounded the exact same as some of the tracks from the original trilogy is what I'm getting at. But anyway, basically, Anakin and Ahsoka are flying, and Anakin and Ahsoka, they dodge one of those rocket, well, not missiles, one of those missiles from one of the droid fighters, and then it blows up, and then buzz droids come, just like in episode 3, and they cover Anakin's ship, and Anakin's, asking Ahsoka, oh, how bad did you get hit? She didn't get hit bad at all. There's no buzz droids on her ship whatsoever. So Anakin is there flying, and basically, he's one of the things foreshadowing, he says, one of these days, these droids are going to learn to not mess with us, harkening to the fact in episode 3, he learns how to. And the thing that I liked about this scene, they didn't have R2 take out the buzz droids the way that he should be able to. Because there were those fans, oh, it messed up the part of episode 3 where Obi-Wan's like, R2 hit the buzz droid, center eye. They didn't mess that up, so cool. R2 all R2 did was take one of the wings, one of the foils on the wings, and like slammed it down on one of the droids. But at first, Anakin used the Force to kill them off. He thought it was all good. But then one busts through the hole, and he's like, oh, and it kind of like explodes and knocks Anakin out. Ahsoka's trying to figure out what's wrong with him. She tells R2, since Anakin's unconscious, to turn the ship on the side so she can see it. Kind of horrifying / scary. No, not / scary. / funny. The whole bottom of Anakin's Starfighter filled with buzz droids. Basically, you have to crash land. Ahsoka has to leave her Starfighter and go jump onto Anakin's and save him. Basically, you can use her lightsaber, cut off the canopy, and grab him out. R2 goes flying off the edge when she tried to crash land the ship, and goes flying off the edge with the ship. And then R2, of course, popped out, though, and he flew he flew away with not Anakin, but he flew up from the start from the crash, and so then they get contact from the Jedi Temple. Yoda's contacting them saying there's been an attack on the hangar bay in the temple, and Anakin, at first like, no, we're kind of busy here, showing like all this stuff is going on in Kodia right now. But basically, they get called back to the temple, and Rex and a Republic gunship comes and picks Anakin and Ahsoka up. They get back to the temple. If you see the whole Jedi temples, the whole Jedi Council's there, and they say, there's been an attack on the temple. We think it's a Jedi. Since you two weren't here, you'll be the most unbiased people we have because you weren't even here. So there's nothing you could say about it. There's nothing that could lead you astray in your decisioning. Now, I was kind of saying to myself, is this really that important of a matter that Anakin would come back? Couldn't you bring back someone else? It's just a thought I had in my head, but at the same time, it's like, I'm not going to, let that bar me from enjoying the episode. So basically, they go throughout the whole episode trying to figure out who did it. They have Joy, which is a not a hearken to, but it's like a spot, not a spot, like a shout out to CIS almost, or I can't think of the word I want to use for it. But basically, the droid's name is Russo, ICS. It's a shout out to CSI. So it's pretty cool. And I really liked it. He apparently, I've never really watched CSI, but apparently the character Russo has glasses or something, like the flicking of the glasses was something that was kept similar between the two characters, which was pretty cool. And the whole episode is them investigating. Ahsoka's investigating, and some of the coolest parts was when they were reconstructing the crime scene with hologram, and you were able to see the explosion and everything. They found out basically that nanobites or nanotech nanobite droids were used in the destroying of this hangar bay, and basically this character Jakar is who the main suspect is. Well, sure enough, they figure out that yes, it was Jakar's body. It was Jakar that blew up that whole part of the temple, but the actual person that did it was, it wasn't an actual bomb, but it was in Jakar's body. He had nanobites or nanodroids, whatever it was, inside his body, which means he had to consume it somehow. And during this, there's a little cameo, which is really cool. If you've ever played Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith, I played it on Xbox, you'll know you basically played as either Anakin or Obi-Wan, and you were going through all these missions, all throughout the storyline of Episode 3. Really cool. When you get to this destruction of the temple, that's some really fun levels, but you have a lightsaber duel against the Jedi Sindrel. He was in this episode, which was cool. I was like, yo, that's him. And it's cool when you think about this episode, and then you could think to the fight. Actually, that makes me want to go back, pop that in my Xbox, and go back and play that. I think I will as soon as I get done with this review. But that was cool. And basically, while that's happening, Jakar's wife comes out. I believe her name was let's see if I can find her name, Lita. And she comes out, and Anakin's questioning her, and she was saying some interesting facts that you would find out about a person that works in the Jedi Temple that's not a Jedi. Basically, they had to go through a whole bunch of training, a whole bunch of tests to pass that. Apparently, to Jakar, this is something that he really cared about. He worked really hard to do, and he really cared for it, and he worked hard to get there. So she was appalled at them accusing him of it. Well, sure enough, the nanodroids that were in his body, he had to get them some out. So they ended up going back. Ahsoka and Anakin go back to Lita's and what was Jakar's home, and it's like a slum too. And Ahsoka says, I would have thought someone that worked for the Jedi got paid better than this. And no joke, it's like, honestly, you're working for the Jedi, and that's how you live like this. That's horrible. But it gives reason as to why Palpatine was able to take over the Republic so easy and make it turn into a Galactic Empire and turn them against the Jedi. It's pretty obvious when you look at stuff like this. So continuing on, so Anakin and Ahsoka get there, and they find that the nanodroids were in the food that she prepared for Jakar. So basically, they said, they're going to bring her back in for questioning because she ended up sneaking up on them after they already gone through the whole house, basically. So as they're leaving, she tries to escape. This is where I thought some elements of the next episode was going to come, but nothing came. She tries to escape, and so Anakin and Ahsoka chase after. Ahsoka takes the high ground. Anakin takes on the lower levels. And Ahsoka, I thought it was kind of funny, different moments with her she running past, and like Ahsoka ran past like an R2 unit, used for the R2 and like screwing, trying to get out the way, and basically they catch her. And the key moment was when basically she said, that he was dead and they never told her that she was dead. Ahsoka kind of did, because technically, if you have nanodroids in you and you kind of blow up, you're probably dead. Anyway, the episode was pretty good. I mean, after that, it ends with them, finding it all out. The Coruscant officials Coruscant police and the clones were about to get involved with it because it was turned to kind of like a Republic affair because of the sense that the clones died, civilians died. It was pretty bad. And Ahsoka and Anakin, they were getting pretty mad. Ahsoka was getting pretty mad up in her face about it. And then Anakin, you could kind of see how both of them just got, like the dark side elements in them. And, saying, you will tell me, you will tell me if you set up your car. And, Anakin is just, mad. He's mad. So that was pretty cool to see. I enjoyed this episode. If anything, the one thing that does lead us into these next 3 episodes is the fact that Anakin, when Ahsoka said, I don't know how I would have felt if it had been a Jedi. And Anakin says something that's pretty interesting. I want to see if I can find the quote of this anywhere. No, but basically, I'll say it to the best of what I can remember. Anakin said, Ahsoka, there's going to be a Jedi to disappoint us. But as long as there are good Jedi out there who still fight to keep the peace and still do justice, it will be. I think he said it'll be okay or something along those lines. And it's really interesting when you think about that fact, because Anakin cannot honestly think when he turns Darth Vader that the Jedi are all bad. I'm sorry, he can't. If he does, he is more mentally messed up than I could think that I can even comprehend right now. But it was interesting because he's going to turn against the whole order, go to the dark side, kill off basically all the Jedi in the temple, hunt down a whole bunch of other Jedi. Not kill all and leave 2, but he's going to kill a bunch. He's going to technically kill Obi-Wan, and then Yoda's going to die, and there's going to be some other Jedi left within the Outer Rims and stuff like that fleed. And, it's interesting, so that might lead into these next episodes, and I'm looking forward to it. Now, interesting thing, there's these 2 elements that we haven't seen. There was I don't know if it was Clovis. I can't remember. The guy who was, not Ahsoka, but Padme was almost getting with during, season, I can't remember if it was season 1 or season 2. But, I think it was season 2. That'll be interesting to see how that goes. Or it could have been season 3. Like I said, I don't remember. Interesting to see where that episode will be placed. Is that going to be season 6? Because for some reason I feel like it's still going to be in here. And apparently Embo was in this season 5 final trailer. I don't know. Someone said I had to go back and watch myself, but I haven't seen it. Because there was also where Padme was trying to escape from Embo, and Embo was hunting them. It's really, I'm really interested in what's going to happen. But this Ahsoka stuff, I can guarantee everyone this much. Ahsoka will not die in this arc. Asajj Ventress will, though. Ahsoka is going to kill Asajj Ventress. And as for how things are going to go with her in the Jedi Order, I don't know. I honestly cannot say what's going to happen right now because she's running away. She is a deserter technically. Is what's going to happen. I don't know. It's going to be really interesting to see how this goes down. Season 6 final season. I don't know. But this is Crazy Black 108, guys. Same way the Force be with you. Hope you all enjoyed the review. Keep tuned to Crazy Black 108 for more Star Wars videos, and for soon, some Star Wars action figure reviews. May the Force be with you guys. Peace.